And welcome back to Music Free Gaming. I hope you're having a fabulous day. It is a beautiful Saturday morning where I am, and you are beautiful too. Hey, let's get into all of the fun and excitement here in Create Mod. Um, on stream on Thursday, we built this contraption. It's a mess. There's no getting around this. This is a culinary disaster waiting to happen, but it works. Okay, I'm bringing in ingredients, or at least I can. I don't have the train and stuff all set up yet, but I can bring in ingredients and turn them into pie crusts and graham crackers and grass, apparently. Cake, okay? Which is wonderful. I've got a problem, okay? And it's not the fact that this milk line is a plumber's nightmare, okay? That is a problem, but that's not my main problem. I have many problems, of which this is now one of them. And we don't need to go into all my problems, but we do need to go into this one. Okay, so here's the deal. If I'm going to make cake is still not spelled with two C's, okay? You get your raw cake, you turn it into regular cake, right? You bake it. And then you add frosting, right? So then you add frosting to a cake, right? You get a frosted cake. And then if you want toppings on it, you can just use a deployer and get toppings. Great, wonderful, easy. This is fabulous. I can do this. This is fine. Pies, on the other hand, I looked it up, see, okay, how much of the machines can overlap? Turns out almost none of it. So let's take a look at an apple pie or a glowberry pie or any pie, right? If I want a glowberry pie, I have to bake a raw pie, okay? If I take a pie crust, okay, right, raw pie crust, right, we make it, we get this, okay, and we get this lovely thing where we can make regular pie crusts. This is fine, but all of the crafting into actual pie becomes a problem. It turns out, for all of this to really work, you need to make pie fillings. This happens to be a chocolate pie, right? So if I want to make this, if I want to make an apple pie or a sweet berry pie, I have to bake the raw version, raw sweet berry pie, and basically squirt pie filling into this. So I have to make pie filling. I know all of that confusion and stuff. I have to make pie filling. I wasn't expecting to make pie filling. This is going to be a mess. And the cheesecake is even worse. So here's the deal. I had originally set this up. I was just going to have one thing that was going to come across and cook, and it's going to cook our pie and our cake and all of that stuff. I can't do that because the pie filling goes in before you bake the pie, and the cake is baked before you put all the toppings on. Anyone who's done any actual caking, it's not like our three fairies from Cinderella, but real people with real cakes, no, you have to bake the cake first before you put the toppings on, and you put the toppings on your pie before you bake the pie. My plans just went totally out the window, and we are now going to be dealing with whatever this crisis is. So let's see if we can untangle this mess here a little bit and at least get cakes going. And then we'll see what other crisis we can avert. So here's my high-level plan, okay? because it's good to have at least it's good to have a plan that you can then throw out when it's not going to work at all. Okay, and that's where I exist in this world at the moment. So the plan is we're going to bring the cake through, and I think what I'll do is I'll bring the cake out and we'll just run it over this way. Okay, because I need all of these frostings over here for the cake. Okay, we've got all of these different frostings, and I might need to raise these up just a little bit, but we've got all of these frostings. We'll pump them over, like the chocolate cream frosting, right? All of this, whatever we need. We'll pump this over into a similar setup as I've got over here, okay? We're just going to get a whole bunch of frosting dispensers so we can squirt that on our pie, and then the pie will come through and we'll pick our delicious toppings, so I think I'll have to make a few of those, but we'll get to that. And it'll be great. Okay. We'll make all of the cakes. We'll have a couple of systems. The pie will go through, will get frosted, and then it'll come back and get fruited, and then it'll be delivered. Okay. And we'll figure out what's happening with all this pie stuff later. Yeah, that's oh, this is going to be a mess of a thing. So, all right, so the cake will go, and let's bring it over this way, and we'll also have to cook it. But we're not cooking the pie crust or anything with it, because obviously we have to fill those first. So, all right, so we'll do this. And I need to do this in a way that I don't accidentally cook something I don't want to cook. So that's going to be great. All right. Step one, as seemed to be the case throughout so much of this, let's clean out some space here. Also, I have way too much garbage in my inventory. I also have raw honey cookies, which, yeah, those can go away. Yep, I don't know what I'm going to do with them, but I think the short answer is nothing. Which, you know, sometimes you just solve your problems by ignoring them, and they totally go away and never cause you problems ever. Right? That's totally how problems work. Yes. Okie dokie. So, the cake is going to come through here. And I think what I'll do is we'll drop it off. Maybe a cliff. And I just conveniently have a cliff here. So that's actually not a horrible idea. Now, we'll bring the cake over this way, and I think we'll just cook it somewhere here. Okay. I just want to get out from under this line of stuff. Okay. So if I were to bring this down this way and run it over here, I think that'll work. All right. Hang on. We're inventorying here. Oh, do I have a shoot? I do. I do have a shoot. Cool. So shoot goeth there. I'm not to go with there. And this goeth here. And we grab ourselves a belt and it goes here. All right. Shiny. So that's good. The next thing we'll want to do is let's grab this filter, because that's going to be hyper useful. And yeah, we'll just grab all of this. It'll be great. Oh, are we still pushing things over to this? No. Okay. Good. So we'll get a little bit of... We'll potentially get a little bit of raw stuff coming down here. And that's fine. The raw stuff we want. Okay? It gives it to us raw and wriggling. Keep nasty chips. Yeah. That's totally how we're going to do this. Except without the chips. So I think the plan is going to be we'll run this across this way, and I'm going to... I think I am going to take this. Let's grab this cake. We're going to want this in a minute. You know, one of the things I've thought about doing at various points in my life is organizing my inventory. And or my backpack or, you know, something. No, that's just not going to happen today. It's not. It could be wonderful, but it's not. So we're just going to move on and hope that everything is still wonderful and amazing. Okay. All right, so this is going to go here. Let's go ahead and take our dropper. Oops. All right. Yeah. I'm going to take the dropper. And let's... I guess I can continue the dropper going this way. So this is fine. Basically what I'm going to do is we'll set the dropper here. We're going to do what we did before. Put a dealy bob on it. We'll put a filter on it so that if it can't get cooked, it's not going in there. Okay. And let's hope for something. Hope that something better comes along, as they say in the song. That rhyme was so wrong. How long will this go on? Not very long, because I can't rhyme that well. So, you know, we'll just stop it here somewhere. All right, so this is going to go here. And then I think what I want to do is... I think I can take a campfire. I don't know if it will blow through this chute. I'd really like to just put this campfire here. This might... I might have to move this up one. Let's move it up one, and then we'll see how this goes. Sorry, that's my only silk touch tool at the moment. Okay, we'll do it this way. Okay, I don't know that this is going to work because of where that is, but we'll bring this down, and then let's get our in-case chain drive. It does this. Well, that sucks. Like, literally, it's sucking and not blowing, so... Okay. Why isn't this spinning? Oh, because of... Right. That related reasons. Go. All right. Okay, good. So that's spinning, so we should get honey through here. Yeah, here it comes. All right, good. So I don't need it for this machine, but for the graham crackers, totally do. And that'll be a problem for future me. Also, before I get too far along in this process, is that where I want it? And I have to ask because I do need to get under here with a mechanical arm so I can heat those. I think I'm going to be fine. I've got room under here. I've got lots of room below. I should be okay. All right. It's going to be wonderful and stuff. Yeah, it's gonna be great. We're gonna be fine. So, okay, so cake will come out this way. All right, so we'll get the raw cake out of the machine. It's gonna come over here. I need to cook it, but you know, I suppose I could try it this way. Let's see if I do. Yeah, it's gonna be. Oh, it's gonna be such a weird mess here. Okay. Do I have a gearbox? Gearbox would be awesome. I would not surprised if I did not have such technology. I do have gearbox technology. What do you know? Hello, gearbox technology. I have missed you so. All right. So I think what I can do, let's pop that off, is gearbox, and then we fan, and then we case chain drive. All right. So that is definitely cooking that cake. What I want to see here is, will it, see, it's not cooking anything beyond this cake though. Right? See, that got cooked. But this one is not going to be cooked. Okay, and that's going to be our problem here. All right, so let's take that out. Move this down. Oh yeah. We are cooking now. Or, you know, at least sometime in the future. All right. Fan. Oops. That's not at all what I was looking for. Nope. Let's try that one. Yeah, see, this isn't cooking either. So, yep. I was hoping just to have this blow all the way down here. That's not going to happen. So, we'll have to move the fan. It's okay. Seriously, it's fine. I'm not sad. I'm not crying. I'm not crying. You're crying. Okay. All right, so if that's not going to work out for us, then what I'm going to have to do is we'll slide this over here. So we'll just put the campfire there. Put the encased fan on top of that. Flip it over. There we go. All right. Now we must spin. We must spin and spinning. Also, I need to get this going here too. So, you know, it's going to be all sorts of spinning. It's create mod. Everything is spinning. All the spinning, we're totally going to be spinning, and it's going to be great. All right, so awesome. Where am I going to get the power from? I guess I could get it from here. And just pull from this line, or something. So the other thing I need to see here too is where can I power this? So if I were to bring an encased chain drive down this way and plug in here, is this spinning the right direction? Yes. Okay, cool. So that's good. That makes that part easy. So if that's the case, actually, if that's the case, oops, let's move this chain drive over here. Oops, no, thank you. So you go there. Go there. And let's take this one out. Okay. Great. Good morning, Snoopers. I think mornings are good, but I'm weird like that. How you doing? Having a good day, I hope. I mean, the day's just started, but still. All right, and we... My fan just sucks. There we go. Now it blows. This is so much better. Okay, good. So we're baking cakes. So how you doing there, Snoopers? All your fun and exciting, whatever fun and excitement you had going, it's all fun and exciting. But now you get to wake up this morning and have whatever something is going on. Look, I have random words coming out of my mouth. Sometimes they mean things. All the fun and excitement done. That's fair. That is very fair. Okay. Okay, so there is no such thing as a chocolate cake in this world, I think, is what we discovered, right? Cake. There's cake with chocolate frosting, but there is no chocolate cake. So, okay. Great. All right, so all of this will come this way. That's cooking. So what I can do now is light up the cake machine. All right. Great. So now this is going to go over here, and we are lovely. Good morning, Carp. How's it going? Welcome, welcome. Hope your day is going well. All right. So we are, in fact, now making actual cake, which is great. So what I have to do is I have to get it over here. And we have to get it with the frosting of our choice. And then we have to get the fruit topping of our choice. So basically, we are going to have cake that's going to do a lot of running back and forth, and that's probably okay. Yes. The carp of seeing. You know, life would be weird if you had to eat carp to see. On the other hand, if that was a cure, like, congratulations, you've been born blind from birth, but here's carp. And if you eat the carp, you no longer are blind. Okay. You know, it's too early in the morning for me to try to be funny. Sorry, it's just... That's where we're at in life. Okay, so what I'm going to have to do is we're going to run this over this way. Oh, okay. Stream joke. I saw my husband trip and fall while carrying a laundry basket full of ironed clothes. I watched it all unfold. That was a lot of setup for not a huge payoff on that one. But it works. It absolutely works. All right, so I don't know what I'm doing. I don't. I think what I'm going to need to do is, all right, we're going to have to get this cake into a line coming out this way. So how many different cakes with frostings are there? All right, so we've got chocolate. Can we just get regular cake? Okay. So here are all of our frosted cakes. We've got sweet berry cream, chocolate, chorus fruit, regular frosted, and glowberry frosted. Yeah, why does it have to... I think it has to be ironed because of its iron, it's then been folded? I don't know that that totally tracks, but I think that's the theory. Okay, but we really we don't need all of the frostings, right? Because I don't think it does an apple frosting, right? See, we've got apple frosting, but it doesn't look like you can do just plain apple frosted cakes, right? An apple cheesecake, we're not making that today. But apple frosting is totally a thing we can do, but not on cakes. So we're going to have to get sweet berry, chocolate, chorus fruit, plain, and glowberry. Okay. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Oh, I need to see too. The chocolate cream uses chocolate cream frosting, surprisingly enough, which is this tank over here. That's our chocolate cream frosting. So if we're only going to need 5 different frostings, all of them are going to have to be over here, and they're all going to have to get spouted. And I have to draw frosting over top of all of this. We don't need the chocolate, actually, so... And we don't need the apple, so we need the two berries here. The plain. I don't think there was a glowberry one, was there? Oh, there is. Okay. So we get all of these frostings plus this chocolate cream over here. Okay, okay. Good morning, Amanda. Welcome in, welcome in. Yep, it is. I have cake. I just have to figure out how to get the frostings onto the cake. Since I don't have to worry about these guys, right? You don't put just a plain chocolate or apple or melon cream frosting on it. I don't have to come across this equipment. So, fabulous. Yeah. I got a little overly excited about cake the other day. It's definitely a problem. Okay. So, let's see. If I bring this to, say, here or here. Something like this, right? Something kind of sort of like this. Oh, do I have spouts? Turns out I'm going to need spouts. I don't have spouts, but I do have copper casings. Now, I'm personally not a cake fan. In real life, brownies are great. Cake is a poor facsimile for brownies. Poor substitute for brownies. Yeah, but yeah. Okay. So let's... All right. So if I go here... Honestly, I think I want to move this out. I think I want to move this out one. But actually, I want to move it out several, but... Got this cool clipboardy thing by your name. Yeah. Because you made a clip. All right, so we're going to have to come out this way. So, all right, so this height is good. That's not where I want it to be as far as this side, but that height is good. I'm going to fall over. It's all. It's beautiful. You're not jealous of it. Good. Okay. I left all of my stuff up here because that made sense. All right. All right. I am sitting here without shafts. I am unshafted. think I need to get shafts. That's how we're gonna finish that sentence, and it's gonna be fine. Okay. Because I think I've got a bunch over here in the, yeah, perfect. Also, a few more belts. We'll bring those too. And hopefully this is going to be enough. If it's not enough, I'm actually really scared. But we'll see. I think it'll be fine. Make it work. Or we'll make it twerk, which is totally different and probably inappropriate. Okay. 557. So anywhere from 557 this way is actually okay. All right, so that's cool. So 557 is here-ish. Look at me, I'm going to fall. See? I know me pretty well. 557 is about here. So if I were to, let's say, stop that this way. I might move it over one more, but this might work. The only problem is this is at Y61. And this, oh, this is also Y61. Oh, well, that's just a beautiful, beautiful thing that I'm totally planned to have happen. Yeah, okay. I like this. Cool. All right, so this is going to come off this side. It needs to be facing the right way, but that's cool. All right. And now we built. All right. So this belt is going to go all the way over this way. And actually, I need to come off this way. Do I need to come off this way? I don't. Do I? I don't know. I'm totally confused. I just need to, again, traffic flow. Cakes come this way, they get frosted, and then they'll drop down. So oh, actually, I may have a problem. I may have to deal with this. All right. No, we're fine. We're gonna make it work. All of the things, because I actually want to set up something like this so the cake will drop into the appropriate chute. So if it does that, if it does the thing I want it to do. Yeah, future me problems are definitely becoming present me problems, snoopers. 100%. So here's the dealie. I need to get cakes into frosting. I need to run it through a selector, kind of like that, to be sure that it ends up in the right place. So that means everything is going to be down a couple of blocks, which is fine for this. That's absolutely fine. I can deal with that. It's just a matter of where is everything going? So I think what I have to do here is this will go. Oopsies. All right, nope, it's not going anywhere. Nope, it's not. It's not going anywhere. I've got space this way, I think. So yeah, so if I go this way, grab a belt. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I could put my selector there. All right, let's get a smart shoot, which will go under here. Because there are only 5 flavors of frosting that I'm allowed to put on cake, so this is where we live now. All right, so this will go out this way. This comes here like so, and like so, and we'll sew more in a minute. Okay. Let's run this way. And yeah, I think we'll be dropping this belt down a little bit. Yeah. The next stream is the Diabetes Treatment Center. Certainly going to need it in this town. Do we have fresh food in this town? Yes, we do. Do we eat it? No, not really. It's all about the cakes and the donuts and the cheeseburgers and stuff. See, it turns out the villagers are smart and they don't actually eat at any of these restaurants. They grow their own food. And, okay. So that's where this needs to go. Yeah, they eat all that and they throw up on the merry-go-round. Yeah. That's exactly how that works. Heck, none of them who were riding the merry-go-round are still alive, so I think our problem has been solved. Okay. Okay. This will need to go this way, but that goes away, and this goes away. Okay. 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, we're good. Death is secure. Well, sometimes it's just... Nope, I'm going to stop that. I'm going to go. I was going to get all political and nonsense. We're not doing that. We are not doing the political and nonsense here. Just move on and make our delicious cakes, and we'll let everything else get sorted out later. That's the hope and dream. Oops. This actually goes like that. Thank you. Anyway, let's get all of these belts in. As I go back and forth. The good news is I've got room if I needed to add additional frostings, but I don't think we're going to need to worry about that. So, yay, I guess. Yep. Nope. We're not going there. Okay. Cool. So this is going to go this way. And then what I want to do is we're going to come off of this. And we're going to do a belt kind of over like so. And then whatever toppings we can put on a cake. Okay. Honestly, there aren't that many, but there are a few, and they will totally go on the cakes. So we are definitely going to zig and zag and back and forth here. But if I get a... Okay, so we've got a cake. Let's just take a frosted cake, okay? So there are basically chorus fruit, glowberries, sweet berries that can go on a cake. There are also Oh, and the chocolate cakes don't do berries. The chocolate cakes only do chocolate things. But what if I want chocolate chips on my sweet berry frosting? Okay. I don't get to do that. I can do butterscotch chips, caramel chips, dark chocolate toffee, and white chocolate chips. So it's 5 of those things plus 3 of the berries. Okay. That sounds an awful lot like the number 8 to me. Right? Dark chocolate, butterscotch, chocolate, toffee, caramel. Oh, caramel. Didn't even see the caramel. So that's 6 plus 3. That's 9. All right, 9. Okay, and those are going to have to start over here. So starting, I'm going to give myself 1 extra space. So we're going to start here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay. And we'll do 1 more because we can do plain. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And if you want a cake without toppings, just frosting, we can do that. We can make these miracles happen. Okay. So this is the plan. It's absolutely a plan. Okay, so chocolate frosting I think is going to go here. And then we've got these berry frostings, right? That's melon. So where am I here? 679. 679. That would be this one. Okay. So, you know, I guess I could put these all here in the row this way. It's just a matter of running more pipe, and you know, let's do that. This one will be easier to just do that with. Okay. Great. So we'll run chocolates over this way, and then everything else should be a straight shot. Okay, good. I'm glad I put all of my fluid pipes away because that's that makes sense. All right, so fluid pipes. I don't know what I'm doing most of the time. Just okay, good. Copper sheets, perfect. Not the most comfortable for sleeping on, but they do make fluid pipes, so that's great. All right. Okay, so I'm going to need the stuff and things, but this should be good. So let's eat our BLT, speaking of healthy goodness. Okay. And, yeah. Okay. This is good. So we'll bring this up this way. Honestly, I should do this one as well. Yeah, I think this is going to be fine. Well, I could drop it down a little bit as I come across all of this, but... Oh, am I off by 1? I'm off by 1. Yeah, I'm totally off by 1. Okay, so... All right, I think I can do this, you know. one-off errors would be more fun if they were just one-off problems. All right, so basically the idea here, oops, I need to get some stuff. Let's get a casing. All right, so the idea is that we can come across. I think this is right. Okay, I'm just going to double check now because I don't trust myself. Okay, if I want cake and I want frosted cake, we got chocolate, we got glowberry, we got cream, sweet berry, and chorus fruit. That's 5, right? 3, 4, 5. Okay. I don't have anything silly like melon or apple frosting, which would be delicious, by the way. Okay. Woohoo! All right. Let's see how this goes. Okay, so this would come across right over the top of this. Yeah, which is fine. Totally fine. Does help if it's turning the right way, but you know, that's somebody else's problem. If you have crooked pipes, you should maybe see somebody about that. Okay, so this is going to come this way, except, yeah, we have to be straight like that. Okay. Because this one only needs to, oh, that's, yeah, just pull the cream frosting. And then the glowberry, the sweet berry, chorus fruit, and again, the chocolate cream's over there. Okay, no, this is going to make sense. And then what I need is a, we'll need a pump. Let's figure out where that's going to go. Somewhere over here, I would expect. All right, so if we pull this out, let's. And because I, you know, planned ahead, I totally got a pump beforehand because planning and stuff, right? I plan not. Okay, that's fine. Okay. So this may change. I just want to see where this goes. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. I'm going to have to move this closer. So awesome. So we're going to need more pumps, but that's okay. Well, I'm going to need multiple pumps anyway, so this will be great. Okay. And obviously this one's not pumping from over here, so we're fine. Okay. Yeah, this is great. So we now encase this. And encasing it will prevent the pipe from linking up to anything else. Okay, which is a problem I'd like to avoid. Don't want accidental linkage. Because then your frostings get contaminated and your customers get angry, and I don't want that now, so try to solve that problem before it becomes a problem. Yes, I do in fact think ahead sometimes. Okay. Oopsie daisy. Okay, so this goes this way. This goes this way. I need some more pumps. Okay. All right, I think this will work. This also needs to go only into that only into that spout, right? That's the dream of every frosting, is to only go into a single spout. They write poetry about it. It's very moving. I won't recite any of it here now. It's really, really best experienced in its native language. So we're going to let that sit. But for those of you who need frosting poetry, I'm sure it exists somewhere, but they are very private about it. So don't be surprised if you cannot find frosting poetry written in the original frosting. Okay. Okay, that went over just about as well as that block did. Okay, we're good. We're good. Yeah, where the frosting ends. Yes. It's like Shel Silverstein, but frosting. Okay. That way. Thank you. Okay, and this will go like so. Oh yeah, we're gonna have so much frosting. It's gonna be great. I mean, it was nice that I had exactly the right amount of copper pipe to do that. It's just unfortunate that I think I'm now out of copper pipe. Oh yeah, we are definitely doing interesting things here. Okay, on the plus side, I think I can run a line across here to power all of this, and I think if I do it right, I can even connect up with this, and we'll be great. Okay. Yeah. Let's see if I have any more. I do have some more copper sheets. That is fabulous. Okay. Please, sir, I can have some more. Okay. Now, this is going to be good, right? For those of you who had plumbing on your bingo card today, congratulations. Okay. 2, 3, 4. Right, because we're good here. Okay. All right, so this is going to... Woohoo. Okay, no, I cannot stand. I cannot stand all of the falling. If I just sit on the floor, I won't have to worry about it, right? Yeah, actually, my stepfather always used to say, you can't fall off the floor. And mostly he's right. You can't fall off the floor. But I've seen people try it. Okay. I think we are going to be good here. Okay. So this frosting will pump over here. And why am I short? I feel like I'm wrong here somehow. All right. Baked cake. Okay. Baked cake. Squirty, squirty. It's only 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right. Apparently I had an extra. So, yay and stuff. So this one's going to come out here. I'm going to run this way. Okay. Because this is the chocolate frosting, which is definitely a good one. Good choice for all those frosting connoisseurs. I mean, sure, this... Okay, really? Could you, like, go that way? Okay. Yeah, no, this is kind of a sewer, which is like a connoisseur, but not as delightful. Okay. All right, so I have one extra, so that can go away. All right. Good to know. All right. So far, so good and stuff. This, I think, will just go away. All right, so in theory, now, if I were to do something cool like this, put this here, we're going to connect a shaft between them because everything's going to get that way. Great. Okay. All right, and then if I do this, we now have frosting. Oh, sweet. I love it when it works. Okay. All right, so the frosting definitely is happening. All right, we'll need to get things moving and stuff, but we'll solve that in a little bit. So the next step is to come over here. Oops. And we'll get all of this going up this way. Right? Right. It'll be wonderful. Okay. We're great. Cool. So basically, this is now going to zag back this way so I could dump a bunch of fruit on it. Okay. So this will come through here. We'll set up our deployers. They'll fruit things up. It'll be wonderful. But before I do that, I'm going to have to take a quick bio break. So I will be right back. And hopefully things will go smoothly when I get back. Got meat everywhere. I hate it when I get my meat everywhere, right? I try to be careful. And next thing you know, your meat is all over the place, okay? And if there's anything you want to avoid, it's having your meat out there for everybody to see, I guess. That went into a really weird place. I'm sorry. That was probably... I blame the mutton. Okay, I'm back. Okay, so we definitely have things happening. So go this way, and now all of this. So all right, guess it's just a matter of figuring out where I want all of the all of everything to go and get power. But cool. So this will go this way now. We're gonna have a bunch of fruity bits and all of the chocolate bits and stuff. So I'm gonna have to make those as well. So that's gonna have to come over this way. The good news is I have plenty of room to do that. Right, so what I can do is if I were to run this, say, this way. Right, this will all make sense, right? Yeah, I could run this way. And what did we say it was? Like 9 different toppings. So that's cool. So what is this? This is 559 is my first selector here. Okay. So 550, whoop, cannot stand. 559, that would be this one right here. Wow. Okay. My mind has been slightly warped. It's okay. Okay, that's fine. That's marking it well enough. Okay, so what I'm going to need now is chests. Chests are fine. Barrels would be fine too, but maybe we'll use barrels. Sure, that's totally going to make sense. Yeah. Because I suppose I do need to put an ordering thing off there. Good morning, Thomas, over there on YouTube. Hopefully you're having a fabulous day. All right, so if I come off this way, 1, 2, 3, belts, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Oh, no. Say it isn't so. Okay. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. With the potential for a untopped or other things happening. But anyway, we're good. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay. Cool. So far, so okay. Wow. That was just bad. Okay. No, we're good. Everything's great over here now. Yeah. Everything's great. So this will come this way. Will it come this way? Something. It'll definitely do something. Because I do need to make pie filling, which is going to use a lot of these same ingredients. So let's think about the pie fillings for a moment, okay? So we've got 5 pie filling fluids. Right? Cream pie, right? All of these. Making these is it's just a mess. So, right, because we've got all of these different things going on here. Right? You mix your milk with all of these different toppings and you get your cream pie filling fluid. Okay. That's great and wonderful. But it's also, I don't know, confusing and stuff. So maybe I do want to bring these in chests coming off this way. All right, let me see if I have more chests, first of all. Not there. Okay. It's all right. If you're confused, don't worry about it. So am I. We're can all be confused together. And I hope that perhaps I'm out of chests. Okay, let's go hit the chest machine and work out our chests. Okay? We'll just you know, get those push-ups going and I don't know. I'm sure there's something else that's good. I don't know. I don't exercise. How would I know what exercise things exist? I don't do any of that nonsense. Which explains my gorilla-ish figure. So, you know. All right, so I think what I'll do is I will pop this off this way. Because I think looking at this, okay, I think what I want to do is we'll pull all of the toppings in this way. If I cause myself problems here, probably. That's a problem for future me. We'll just let future me deal with it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, yeah. Oh no, round is a perfectly valid shape to be, right? 100%. I've heard that round is a shape, and therefore I am in shape. Also pears. Pears are a shape too. All right, so let's go and fill these out. I think what I might do is I might put the pie ingredients on this side. So all the fruit goes over here, and all the chocolate will go here. Yep. No, 100%. I agree with you, Snoopers. Round, perfectly valid. All right, so that would make some sense then. So all of these, right, if I'm going to make chips and stuff, I'm going to need room, and I've got plenty of room for the machinery. But let's look at cake. Oops, cake. I don't know why I want to put a second C in cake, but always. Right, so if I want to put chocolate chips on a cake, chocolate chips you get from smashing bars of chocolate. Okay? Conveniently enough, I can get bars of chocolate right over here. Those are hollow, but these machines here, right, the train will just come and pick up just chocolate. Right? And we will get all of the chocolate bars. So all I have to do is smash those. Okay. Now I also need to do what? Butterscotch, which I don't think I'm making, and toffee, which I'm also not making any place useful. So if I want to make butterscotch, that's heating brown sugar and okay. Yeah, heating brown sugar, and I can get butterscotch liquid. Or butterscotch bally deals here. Right, and then if I take these, oops, come on, I can do a thing. Right, and with a slicer, I can slice those up into butterscotch chips. Okay. So, you know, yeah, bally deals. That's right, you know. The butterscotch bally deals. You get those at Deal World. It's totally fine. I had a joke. I'm not. I'm gonna be good. I'm gonna be good. Family friendly stream. Family friendly stream. Okay. All right. So what I'm gonna do here is let's get some shoots, which I put all in the toolbox over here. In the toolbox of joy and passion or something. Okay. All right, so let's swing over this way. I did a second channel for the inappropriate joke version. Yeah. Oh, so many inappropriate jokes I could be making most of the time. Really good at that. Okay. But no, good. We will have a joke appropriateness in this stream. Okay. All of the joke appropriateness. Okay, some of the joke appropriateness. I mean, a little bit of it, anyway. Kind of. Some of the jokes will be mildly appropriate. Yeah, that's probably accurate. Welcome to Mildly Appropriate Joke Theater. And It'll be fine. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, you can hear them between the lines. Yes. It's good. Yeah. All right, so these are all going to go this way. Do I want to drop them? I guess I've got plenty of room for whatever the equipment is going to be, so we should be okay. All right, so we'll come out this way a little bit, and now I need smashy smashy. Let's go get our smashers. There we go. 3 of them, which is good because I only need 3 of them, at least for now. So these guys are going to come out here. Yeah, that's fine. Make that work. I could make it work better, perhaps, if I drop this belt down, but I do want a little bit of extra room, so just in case I need it, you know. Okay, so that will smash into the chocolate, dark chocolate, and white chocolate chips. And I believe that is the last. Yeah, that's the only. Yeah, that's the only thing I need to do. Just smash white chocolate into white chocolate chips. And we should be good. Okay. And that's what goes on our chocolate cake. So, okay. I mean, that's caramel, but that's fine. And that's toffee. But one of these has the appropriate level of chippiness. Okay. Hi. There we go. White chocolate. There we go. Chocolate frosting, white chocolate chips. We're done. That's all that has to happen as far as making the chips. Okay? All right, so we can go to there. Okay. And the fruit isn't going to need to be processed at all. It's just going to drop down onto the belt. Okay. So all the different berries and things. They're just going to be belted up and it'll be good. So the next thing I need to do here. Okay. All right, so what will we do next? I guess we'll do butterscotch next. Butterscotch or toffee. Let's do toffee next because that's not going to involve quite as much. It's not going to be quite as messy, I guess we'll say. I can make toffee fudge. But no, I need toffee chips. Okay, right? Toffee chips. We're gonna, to do that, you slice toffee, surprisingly enough. And toffee you make by cooking butter and sugar. Oh, goody. Yes, of course, because that's... You know, you ever have a moment where you just want to restrict your menu because you're just too lazy to make something? That's not me at all today. No. I'm not at all considering that because I don't want to make a new machine that does machininess. All right. Great. You know, now I kind of feel like I need a butterscotch factory and a toffee factory just so I can bring the ingredients in over here and do the thing. Which I could totally do that. Wow. Am I really thinking about doing that? Am I really? really thinking about, no, let's take a quick distraction break and build a butterscotch and toffee factory. And the reality is I might actually do that because if I'm going to make cheesecake, which is, of course, totally the same as a cheeseburger, that doesn't require any of this. But cookies, on the other hand, right, all of these dark chocolate cookies and sweet berry cookies and toffee chip cookies and butterscotch chip cookies, I need all of these chips. So, wow. Yeah, I think I'm going to be doing that. Okay. Well, that means we'll be fine. We'll get raw butterscotch. No. And that makes cookie crumbs. That's not what I'm looking for. Butterscotch. All right, so right, butterscotch is all of the, you get your butterscotch balls, right? It's a regular butterscotch, not the liquid, because that would be weird. But yes, we cook brown sugar, which is fruit and butter and stuff, and we just get butterscotch over here. Okay, that's a thing. All right. Cool. So I think that factory is going over here. Right. Oh, whoa. I am totally out of... Am I totally out of... How am I out of... Wow, is my machine just really that bad? I mean, it's definitely possible, I suppose. Oh, no. Hang on. Sorry, I'm being distracted by silliness. Okay, that's in a block and I can't touch it. Wow, I wonder if I'm actually out of chorus fruits. This farm was generating way more flowers than it was using. And now it seems to be not. And I'm sad and confused. Okay, anyway, factory time. All right, so this is all gonna... Of course, butterscotch uses milk, doesn't it? Wasn't that what we just talked about? Butterscotch, or uses brown sugar. Oh, that's... All right, hang on. To make the butterscotch, it's just brown sugar. So it's sugar and molasses fluid, which is made from sugar. So, okay. And then toffee is toffee. Toffee. Which is butter and sugar, and it's hot. Okay. Okay. So it's lots of sugar and butter and some heat. And that'll fit over here somehow. Yeah, that's... All right. Oh, I wonder if my Silk Touch picks are all dead. Could be too. Anyway, I will... We'll deal with that later. Okay. Yeah, no, we'll just add a little sugar factory back here. It'll be fine. It'll be totally not at all a problem. Okay. So we'll just run a little bit of track out this way-ish. I suppose I could build it over here. The cookie shop was going over this way. Oh, look, all of my trains are confused. and crashed? Are they? Or are they just both waiting at the red light facing the wrong direction? Which is also a possibility. Okay. Yeah, no, they were smart. They stopped and waited for each other, but now they're going to crash. Is it Amanda that said my streams are a train wreck? You're right. You are 100% right. There is no wrongness in that statement anywhere. Okay. Sure. Sure, I could build the toffee factory back this way. Actually, if I build the toffee factory here, the toffee and butterscotch factory back this way, it could feed directly into the cookie store that's right here if I want it to. Or we could not worry about that. And yeah, just build that over here. Honestly, maybe I think I want to build it on this side. It's going to be a little silly, but I think that's what I want to do. So, cool. Well, this is going to be a special breed of fun. Yeah, it's not planting any. See what happens when it harvests. Okay, it did get a couple. Wow, it is. I think I'm just out of. I might be out of pickaxes. All right. Well, I'm just gonna cause myself no end of problems with that. Okay, so toffee factory. Let's get the rest of the setup. Make sure that the chocolate works, and then we'll deal with the toffee and the butterscotch factory. Okay, that and the fruit and all that, and then we can just deal with the rest of it later. I'm 100% putting it off for future me, but that's fine. Okay, it's fine. We're not at all going to be having issues. Do I have signs? Yes. Cool. All right, so we are going to, I'm going to sign it up here. Right, so this is going to be dark chalk is fine. And this is regular chalk, because who doesn't like chalk on their cake, right? You know, I think that's probably fine. Okay, white chocolate. Okay, and then we'll come over here. Okay, toffee. Wrong button. Butterscotch. Okay, and then we've got our fruits, right? So we've got sweet berries and glowberries and chorus fruits. Okay, and what else? What else went on the cake? Okay, so butterscotch, caramel, chocolate, dark chocolate, toffee, and white chocolate. Okay, I don't have a caramel. That explains why. All right, caramel. All right, this is good. Sweet berries, glowberries, and then the chorus fruit goes here. All right, cool. And yes, it's on the wrong line. I'm just going to leave it and freak out all of you OCD people. It's totally fine. Yeah. So basically, the glow berries, I'll set up a little haunter so that the sweet berries can just get converted. But so that'll be quick and easy. I can do that right on this line. Coarse fruit, I don't have to do anything. Sweet, I don't have to. And so we'll do toffee, butterscotch, and caramel in this factory over here. So let me just run over this way. And we'll just stick a sign down here. It's going to be Raffy. Yes, we're making Raffy and butterscotch and caramel. It's scaramel. It's like with bugs and stuff. So it's, you know, sustainable or something. Yeah, that's how that works. Okay. And then this spot is for cookies. Right. Or no, I was going to do it over there, not over here. Yeah. Right. I can't do Scooby. I can't do Scooby at the best of times. Today, I feel like I really have issues. Yeah, so this is going to happen over here. So if I build it over there... Yeah, no, I'm going to build it over here. I changed my mind again because of things. All right. Let's get our toffee, caramel, and butterscotch. Okay. And this is good because now I can go get my RV and we can set up shop over here when the time comes. Okay, that's a thing. All right. It's gonna be great. We're gonna have all the fun. Okay, so cool. So this will all come down this way. Let's get our chutes in place. All right. No, this is going to be fine. Everything is great. I'm not at all confused about anything here. It's going to be totally awesome. All right. So we'll get this going. Obviously, all of these belts need to spin, but we'll get to there. And then our selector ordering system. Same with that one. It'll just, we've got the smart chutes. We'll get all the redstone in place so we can make it, but all right, so let's run this all this way. And I think all of those cakes, right, if you want, you just deploy, you just have this hand that just pushes your stuff on there. So cool. Oh yeah, I am really worried about my farm not actually getting me enough flowers. We'll see. We shall see. All right. So basically now I'm just gonna need a zillion deployers. And by a zillion I mean like 9. Okay. So do I have I've got a couple of deployers here, which is good. I also have a couple of hands. Oops. Okay. Which is good. We can make all of this happen. Let's put the fluid stuff away. Grab the hands. Right. And deployers, I think, need electron tubes. Right. And I think they also need casings. Yeah. All right, which I don't think I have in the box, but I do have in my toolbox. Which I left somewhere else. Cool. There it is. There's my toolbox. See, there's a reason I'm going to bring my toolbox with me. I don't remember what it is. I'm sure it's a good reason, but Like, maybe I want to have the stuff around when I need it, but that would be silly, and I'm not sure I'm down with that. All right. So, oh, okay. Sorry. I hope when my new glasses get here, they fit better under my headphones. Because this is just, the stems are really thick on these ones, and they kind of squeeze in, and it sucks. All right. Cool, cool, cool. All right, so these are going to go this way. Let's figure out where all of this is going to be now. So that's not what I wanted. Okay. So these belts are going to slide out this way. Okay. To there. So what I could do is I can run these over this way, because yeah, this will make sense. So what I'll do is we'll run these belts here. Okay, I think this is going to make sense. Okay, so we'll run these belts to here. We'll run those belts so they come over kind of like here. And then I can put the deployers like that, which is perfect because I can just tap power right from this line, right? I can just come right like this, and boom, our deployers now have power. Perfect. It's like I planned it, but we all know that that's not at all what happened. We're not at all planning anything here. Okay, it's just we build on based off vibes, and the vibes were perfect. Okay, we are totally vibey here, and it's great. Right? Right, absolutely. Okay. Cool. So this will go this way. And what I'll do is we'll just take chutes like so. Okay. And so it'll just pull all of the items off of this. Okay, now. How far can I? That's it, huh? And they're not going to overlap either. Cool. Well, that's fine. We'll just slice that this or this way. And then we'll do this. And, oh yeah. We'll make it work. This at least is the easy part, right? Okay. So this will now slide over like so. This will come over this way. Right, so we're over the chutes. All right, just drop another chute right there. And there we go. Okay. Okay, good. I like it. This is going to be so simple and stuff. I'm sure there's simplicity happening somewhere in the world. And they're enjoying their simple life with their simple cake, and this is not it. Okay. Now, no, we're fine. So this will all slide out this way. This is going to look kind of cool, but it is so kludgy. Okay. So we'll just slide this over this way, and now we get our happy little stuff going like this. And our... Yep. I got it. We're good. We're good. I'm still alive. I haven't fallen to my death for like, 3 episodes, so... I I think that's a win. I'll take that. I'll call that a win. Okay. Yeah, just slide this back and forth. Okay. And boom. Oh yeah, this is gonna be all the trippiness. Okay. All right, and we do have this one lane free because if maybe you just want a frosted cake and don't actually want any sort of other topping on it, we can make that happen. Okay. And like that. Cool. Well, that'll be lovely. So let's get all of this connected. Now, unfortunately, everything is spinning in the wrong direction. And at the wrong height. Because, again, planning and stuff. Yeah, that's totally what I did. Planned. All right, so let's see. Let's do a quick, we're going to do a quick test here. If I bring this down like this, that is spinning the right way. Perfect. Again, a little trippy, but perfect. All right. And then, so that spins this way. This also spins this way. So I could just belt that. Okay. All right. Cool. So all of this stuff is now moving the way it's supposed to. See that there? You know, that might be fine. Part of me wants to put it on this side, but I'm going to tell that part of me to hush, and let's just see what the rest of this does. However, I need another gearbox, and I don't have it. So, gearbox. Okay. I believe this is going to have to go here. Yep. Cool. So that's working correctly. This is working correctly. This will be backwards, which is fine. And then we need another line coming like this. Okay. And then this will go out this way somewhere to the pickup station. Okay. For now, I'm just going to stick a barrel at the end of this thing with an andesite funnel, and we'll just collect everything here. Okay. So when the cake comes in, it'll just end up in this barrel. All right. All right. Now, to make this spin correctly, I wonder. Oh, right. I made that 16 because that makes sense. All right. Yeah, see, I only put these one block apart. All right, you know what? You know what? We're gonna do it the stupid way. It's gonna work, but I'm telling you right now, this right here, this is a mess. I'm also out of I'm out of stuff again. You know, I wouldn't have this problem if I stopped using things. Okay? No, I would absolutely not have this problem. I need iron ingots. Do I have iron ingots? I do. Perfect. Actually, not ingots. I need nuggets. Okay. So we'll grab some of those, and let's see. We get ourselves some of this. Perfect. Okay. All right, so now we'll there. That's spinning the right direction, and yeah. All right, grab my last gearbox, which I put away because of, you know, obvious reasons. I'm sure there were obvious reasons. It's like, yep, that was a reason, and now it's obvious why that's a reason. All right, cool. So now all of the cakes will come off the line, and they'll come over here, and then they can be fed up into whatever. Because if there's one thing cakes absolutely are, it's fed up, and I'm sure there's a really good reason for it, but you know, we're not going to get into that now, because otherwise the cakes might snap at us, and you know, honestly, I don't need to worry about, you know, grumpy cakes. Okay, grumpy cakes are for other people's parties. These are happy cakes. Okay, we are totally dealing with the cakes of happiness here. It's absolutely how this works. All right, so we'll come in this way, like so. And now I need my redstone. Okay. All right, redstone torches. Okay. Yeah, and I just ended up with one extra line here, but that's okay. We'll leave it because I already have it hooked into the machinery and I don't want to change it. So if there's ever a good reason to not do something, I don't want to is probably the best one. And, you know, it's something toddlers learn at an early age. And I think we need to remember back to those times. And sometimes just go with the, hey, I don't want to. Okay, yeah, there are plenty of places where that just doesn't work, but I'm totally sure this isn't one of them, right? All right. So, okay. All right, so I think we're set. I just need to get a bunch of chocolate to line this, and then let's just set our default frosting here for in a minute. And it's going to be, we'll just use cream frosting, okay? Because that's just sugar and milk. So for now, we'll just do it that way, okay? It'll be great. All right. So yeah, let's go get a bunch of chocolate to fill this machine with, and yeah, so it'll be good because it'll hit these two chests, or these three chests. They'll feed down onto the belt, okay? And when all of this gets full, it'll just stop. So I'll be able to use inventory things off of these guys to determine whether or not my tray needs to go get more chocolate. Okay, it'll be fairly simple and easy, but for now, we're just going to do it this way. Automation is great. It's got to work without the automation first. Okay, so grab some chocolate and some other chocolate and some other chocolate. Okay, wonderful. And do I happen to have, I only have 2 brass funnels on me? That's annoying. I need more funnels. Hi, give me the thing. Okay, which is brass and an electron tube and more kelp. Okay. Brass funnels. Wonderful. All right. This is going to be good. We'll just said we're going to be doing some tests. We're going to make sure this works. And then we can start dealing with the chaos that will be our apparently topping factory. Okay. So dark chocolate, regular chocolate, white chocolates. Okay. Great. So dark chocolate should go there. White. Oh, hey, that's bad. I could also maybe hook up these machines and it would be cool. Okay. Let's try this again, this time with the right stuff. Okay. Nope, try this again. I never forget to hook things up. I don't know what y'all are talking about. Can I blame chat for that? Is there some way I could blame chat and it's chat's fault? Probably, but oh, the other thing I need to do, you know what? I need to block those, but let's block them with something that's kind of cool. So let's get some, I don't know, sea lanterns, or do I want to do frog lights? Either would be fun. Oh, hi. Yeah, okay. Okay, yep, that's awesome. Anyway, we'll deal with that in a minute. Let's grab some frog lights. See, because this is all full. Okay. The items were just jumping right off the belt. And that's not at all what I wanted. Okay. Okay, so yeah, we'll just great. So dark chocolate chips. Dark chocolate. Okay. Dark. Okay, the chocolate chips. I might have to, yeah, we'll have to break these up. But okay, chocolate chips. Chocolate. Okay, nope. This is gonna make sense. Okay. Of course, Minecraft is just gonna decide that, hey, nope, we're done. You've gone too far. The power of the chocolate is too much. Okay. All right, hang on. All right. See, these are smaller stacks here. So what I'm wanting to do is scoop up the smaller stacks and replace them with bigger ones. Okay. Which this should be fine. Okay. And then the white chocolate here should be good. Okay. All right, fine. Fine. It's just being silly. Okay. Cool. So now I can drop the big stacks back here. And everything will be great. Okay. Cool. But this is how this will work. This will all back up, and we backed up into these vaults here eventually, or these chests, and everything will be great. It'll stop nicely. Okay, and then these are all sitting down here waiting for their glorious purpose. All right. So next for our glorious purpose, okay. Oh. Darn it, I'm going to need some. I'm going to need more stuff. I need more gearboxes is what I need. And that's okay. Well, we can craft more. Not a lot more, but, you know, more. it's good. Everything's great. See how great everything is? It's going to be wonderful. Actually, I think this is going to go here. I think it's how that goes. Nope, it was the other way. Cool. All right, that's cool. So that'll go there, and that goes there. That goes this way, and it shouldn't matter, but because we're not going to be unloading lots of stuff, but we'll definitely put a frog light at the end to stop the long train of potential culinary abuses here. All right. So we have ourselves cakes. All right. Do I have buttons? I don't. That's fine. I do have somewhere. I have stone at the very least. Sorry about that. Hit the mic arm with my glass or my delicious cup here. All right. So let's just grab a button. And so here we are. We're going to make sure this works. So what I'll do is we'll drop out a cake. It'll come this way. Swing down this row. We'll pick up some cream. Of course, I may have done something silly. I may have to change frostings here. Cake. Yeah, it turns out the chocolate chips only go on the chocolate frosting, and the fruit only goes on the not chocolate frostings. So we're going to have to change this. Okay. To the chocolate, which is, yeah, this one. Okay. All right, so again, the cake will come out this way, hit this, get frosted with chocolate, swing over that way, and then it'll get, we can pick a chip. All right. And just because it sounds tasty, we'll do the dark chocolate chips. Okay. All right. And that's the plan. So let's kick out a cake and see what it does. I might have to rotate that. But it seems to be doing the right thing. Because I'm going to need this dropper to point down, I think. Anyway, so it came over here, and now I have chocolate cream cake with dark chocolate chips. So awesome. It did, in fact, work, which is great. I love it when things work. So let's turn this guy around. Turn the cake out. Gonna make it faster. Okay. Except we're not going to make it faster, but, you know, it's the thought that counts. All right, so let's hit this again. And it should go. There's our chocolate frosting. Here comes our chipification. And boom, we now have two cakes. All right. That I can no longer pick up because that's not how cakes work. Okay. Sweet. All right. Well, that's good. We have... Oh, that one I can pick up. This one probably not. Yep, that one's gone. Okay, cool. All right. The cake machines works. We don't have any of the ordering system in place, and obviously all of the fruit and stuff will have to get in here too, but we're getting there. We are totally getting there. My chorus fruit farm is now completely out of chorus fruit. machine no longer works. Great. All right, well, I'm sure I'll never need chorus fruit again, says the guy making a machine that's going to be putting chorus fruit on cakes. And also chorus fruit pie filling. Yeah. Yep, I think that's just a matter of the silk. I needed silk touch pickaxes and I ran out, or silk touch axes, and I ran out, and there we go. All right, that's totally fine. All right. But anyway, our cake machine is working. So that's good. So we've got cake, frosting, we've got the deployers that will deploy things. All right. And then all of our berries and chorus fruit. Sweet. All right. Now I do need to set up the haunter for the glowberries. So let's do that real quick. For that, I need a soul sand campfire, which is logs, soul sand, and sticks. Okay. I've got, I don't think I have the soul sand. Actually, I might have some soul sand on me. Take that back. So I was saying I don't think I have any over here, but I think I stuck some in the... Oh, I thought I stuck some in one of these boxes. Yeah, there we go. And sticks. Perfect. And, well, look. Acacia logs. Close enough. Okay. And I was close enough to actually putting that in the right place. So, you know, that's just how that goes. All right, now I had a fan. Thought I had a fan. I no longer have fans. It's sad, but oh no, I used that one there. Where did I use the second one? Because I made two. All right. I thought I had a second encased fan, but I guess not. So, all right. Nope, I'm sure it makes sense to me at some point why I did not, in fact, keep a fan, but it's okay. So we'll grab some of that. We've got some iron sheets. Make some propellers. Because, you know, propellers are wonderful. All right. And now, what do I need? I need things which are in this box. Okay. Good. We've got some andesite casings. I think it's a shaft or something. Yep. Wonderful. Those can go in there. And let's bring this box up with us. And we're going to go this way. So, right here, next to, right, it's going to be the campfire. And our case fan goes this way. Rotate that up. Okay, now I do need a tunnel. All those belts moving is so trippy. I would be lying if I didn't feel like I got a little bit motion sick looking at all the belts. So I'm sure some of you are feeling the same way, and for that I apologize. Okay. That's chorus fruit. Ah, glowberries. Perfect. All right. All right, so let's take some glowberries. Not that I necessarily need the glowberries here, but I mean, other than the fact I put this in the wrong place, it's great. That's going to go there. All right. And only glowberries through there. Perfect. That's wrong, so we'll move it. And... oh, okay. Our campfire's about to get frosted. Okay. I don't know what that would do, deploying a campfire onto a cake, but I suspect a whole lot of nothing would happen because of that. You know, actually would be a whole lot better is let's do it this way. And, yeah, so we're going to make this. Aha, I changed it, all you OCD people. We're good. That'll glow. This will be sweet. I don't think I want to make them sweat berries. That would be kind of gross. Honestly, just the very thought of sweat berries is kind of has me concerned about humanity, okay? If you have sweat berries, I think maybe you should talk to a doctor about your sweatberry problem, okay? All right. Pick that up. All right, let's get this belt back. All right. That goes there. Campfire goes here. And the reason I'm putting it on this side is just so I have easier access to power. Because I can pull power off the side here and I don't have to worry about a number of other issues, right? So, okay, so that can go. It would be nice if it were facing the right way, but we're close. All right, so let's grab let's put a shaft here in this belt because that phrasing wouldn't have been bad at all. No. We'll, okay. All right. So this will go here. And then, is that, and it's going the wrong way. Awesome. All right. Cool. So now that'll work. So the glowberries will slide through here and they'll get fed into the system. So, okay, so that'll be perfect. So we got glowberries down here. So if I were to change this up, right, and I decided I wanted regular frosting with glowberries, this should go down this. Yep, should go down that way. We'll get a squirt of frosting. Okay. Oops. I didn't change my filter down here, so cool. All right, well, let's grab our very plain boring cake and try this again. All right, boring cake goes there. Okay. And then we come down here and we now have cake with glowberries. So, you know, that's awesome. Okay, glowberry cake. All right. So yeah, this is all going to work out just fine. Okay. Which is good. So, all right, so let's go ahead and switch this back to chocolate. The torch doesn't have to be up there. I'm just putting it there so that I've got it there when I need it. Okay. That's just a torch storage location. Okay. And that's all it is. Okay. All right, good. So I guess we're all I can't say we're done with the cake. Obviously we're not. the cake shop needs lots of work. And I need to set up a bunch of other things. But amongst those things is going to be a sandwich. Okay. No, because I will have to set up the ordering system. And we'll need a bunch of these for... Okay. So take that off for a minute. Obviously, I've got chorus fruit in the farm here. Just we're never getting any more chorus fruit ever again. All right. Okay, so that's chorus fruit. Oh, glowberries. Oh, actually, this doesn't pull glowberries at all. It's only sweet berries. Which is fine. I think there's some sitting over here. So we'll just grab some of those. Okay. Cool. So we'll have... So those are set. We just don't have the toffee, butterscotch, or caramel coming in to feed our cakes. And of course, nothing else is coming in either because I don't have the train to go pick it all up. But I guess that's okay. We'll get there eventually. We will have eventual cake, which is kind of how birthdays are. So it's like the amount of eventual cake that I had, you know, it's like, we will eventually have cake. It'll come down here. It'll get there eventually. Okay. Great. Okay. So we'll need to get the ordering system in, and I need to make those 3 toppings. So we are about to embark on a most excellent adventure through history. Or a new factory. This one is going to be a little bit funky, I have to admit. Okay. I'm going to leave those here because I'm going to be coming back. But we'll solve that problem in a minute. The problem of me coming back, because obviously that is a problem I need to avoid. All right. Let's go get the RV. And we're going to go set up camp and figure out what the heck is going to happen with a factory for toppings and stuff. Actually, we'll go this way. I'm sure it'll be fairly normal or something. Yeah, that's the theory. It's lots of normal. Oh, hang on. In here. Okay. Cactus is full. We are getting a very small amount of bone meal. That's okay. All right. Let's come over here. We'll set up the RV and... Okay. All right. I would like to not be stuck in the bed. Now, some of you are okay getting stuck in bed, but this is one of those times I'm kind of okay not being stuck in bed. So we have a very small RV trip planned, and hopefully traffic's okay. All right. Hopefully traffic's not backed up too much. We'll be able to make it into wherever it is we need to go, and nope. All right. No, traffic is a mess. All right. We'll figure this out. All right, so you need to move over here. All right, so that goes, that clears, and hopefully I don't want to sneak. I want to go. All right. All right, no, we're just going to be stuck and I can't figure out which button I pushed mode. Okay. Oh no, we're making it. Okay, cool. Guess we'll just I'd like to drop into this. All right, no, we're just going to ride on top because that's the safest way of traveling in an RV is to ride on top of it. It's all right. No, we're oh, it was bad for that villager. Oh, so bad for that villager. And the iron golem, but also the villager. How did the villager? Oh, right. They can walk up this way. Right. Okay. You know, I think just for mild sanity's sake, you know, I don't think that villager is gonna have mind having gotten hit by a train if it points out the danger for others. Okay, I think the villager's fine with that. Okay, just fix him up. Meanwhile, these guys are just over here plowing this very small section of field, and also all of this is now gone fallow because apparently I didn't water it. Or they didn't water it. I think I'm going to blame them. It's their fault for not watering their crops over here. That's okay. But all of the iron golems are now over here, which I'm sure is for safety reasons. All right. Anyway, now that that's done, let's get over here. We'll set up. Disassemble the train, so now it's a base. And all right. I guess we're going to live here for a little while. So here's the plan. I have no plan. I wasn't expecting to build this. There's all sorts of not having expectations happening here. So I'm going to need some train parking. Because we are going to have to get sugar. And get sugar delivered. I think everything else... Sugar and butter, I think, right? Because I think it's the caramel. Yeah, the caramel takes butter. Also... Oh, no. Caramel's just sugar. Is it the toffee that's the butter? Toffee. That's toffee fudge. It's totally different. Yeah, the toffee takes the butter. Okay, and we're going to have to cook some things, so we're going to need some heat. Actually, I may have helped myself out here because I do have a lava tank right here. And villagers, what are you guys doing over here? How are you guys over here? Let's get back over here where you belong. Yeah. Back to your village, y'all. It's a great village. Look how lovely this village is. It's wonderful. With our tree and stuff. I don't think they believe me. Okay? I don't think so. I think they're sort of in the not believing sort of mood, but that's okay. We're good. Everything is great. So great. Okay. All right. So what the plan here is, I could tap lava out of that tank to refill my cookers here so I can cook all the stuff I need. Okay, which is good. And so all I need really is sugar drop off. Okay, which is fairly straightforward. Now, I have to acknowledge I'm going to have a cookie factory over here, so I need to have room for the cookies to get dropped off as well. Or the cookie ingredients, which is, you know, wheat, toppings, and maybe something else. Eggs. Okay. I could actually use the same train for that. Because it's just a matter of sorting out where everything goes. So, okay. All right, so what I could do is I could just run a track from here over this way and probably turning like that. That would make sense. Okay. All right, so let's do that. Train box. All right, we'll grab some track. And yeah. We'll need that eventually. And let's get some cobblestone. Just because I like using cobblestone as the base of the track when I can. So what we're going to do is make some room. All right. So the plan is we're going to come off this way. Okay. Some of you may be wondering, is this guy this disorganized in real life? Yes. Yes, I am. All right. So this is going to come over here like that. Okay. I suppose I could connect up through here too, but we'll see. Also, I think I'm going to need more cobblestone than I have. So let's go do that. Let's go pick up some cobble. Oh, boy. It's going to be a thing. It's going to be a great, glorious thing of thingness. Okay. Cobble. Okay, that might be enough. It might not be enough too, in which case we'll be back. But for now, let's hope that it's enough and go from there. Okay. All right, so, hey, this is going to be great. So while I'm doing this, I want to talk a little bit about the future. So there isn't a whole lot left, I think, that I want to do as far as the shops go. I want to get the cake shop in place. I want to get the cookie shop built, and I guess I'm building a separate pie shop. Or at least I've got lots of pie goodness to do. I guess I could tap that right into the cake shop as well. I also want to turn this area into a park. Okay. But once I've done all of that, I kind of feel like I'm done. Yeah, I kind of feel like there's not a whole lot else that I really want to do in this world. Okay. There are some other things. There are recipes I haven't made and stuff like that, but I think we are really coming up on the towards the end of this series. Okay. And it's not going to be soon, but it will be soonish. Probably in the next, well, before summer is over, I think. Which is, which is fine. So I've been thinking about what I want to do for the next series, and I think what I'm going to do is go back to my solo vanilla world and do some vanilla cooking over there. Or not cooking, but building and stuff. I've had an idea, I think I've talked about it a little bit in the Discord, but I've had an idea for stuff I want to build. But I don't really want to start a new world. So we're just going to continue my existing solo world, which is good. I like that world. I don't necessarily want to get rid of it. And yeah, I'm out of cobblestone. Also, I'm out of track. All right, so let's go get some more cobblestone and track. So yeah, it's gonna be a thing. I'll set up over there in my vanilla world, and yep, the ancient city world. That's exactly the one, Snoopers. My going solo season 3 world, because I liked that world. I was getting a little burnt out on what was happening in the city, so I had to take a break, and I really wanted to get in and play some more create mod. So here we are. But I think I'm gonna jump over into that. And I think I want to find maybe an eroded badlands or something like that. A mesa or, something along those lines. Let's see if I have track over here. Otherwise, I've got some downstairs. Oh, yeah, there we go. Yep, so I'm going to build down there and build something sort of in the sky in and around a mesa. And we'll get the happy guests and all sorts of good stuff. So yeah, we're going to tap right into that world. I'm just not going to be in the ancient city. So that'll be fun and exciting. But as I said, I'm waiting for the guests, and I want to finish this world first before I get too crazy with that. I don't know which direction this track is going. It's going that way. Okay. So the city didn't get finished. Like I said, I was getting a little burnt out on it, but it's definitely still there, waiting for all the adventure. So yeah, that's where I'm going to go. And it'll definitely be interesting, I think. It'll be a fun series regardless. So, but instead of just being trapped underground for the entire thing, we'll actually get to see the sky and do some other stuff. So that'll be good. Okay. I wonder if I've just caused myself a problem here. I might have, because that says this is two-way. Or this section is two-way. Maybe we'll be okay. Might be all right. So, yeah. Okay, so this will be good. So we'll just run our sugar drop off over here. And this won't be a particularly large thing, so yeah, so probably come fall, this series will be done, and we'll go back to the ancient city and start planning for something else. But yep, yeah, no, two-way tracks, not a problem. Now this section of track here, it ends up mostly being one way, but it's a lot of these trains that are going to come this way and go like that over there. I don't think there's going to be a lot of traffic coming in and around this way, which is probably a problem. Here, let's do this. Just because I think I feel like this is actually going to be helpful. Let's take this and have this go this way. All right. And yeah, the plan for this, yeah, the plan is for the train to go like that. So we'll just get over here and pull a little bit of track out here. So yeah, so sometime in the fall. So I've got, obviously there are a few things I'm still working on here and want to keep building on, but I'm close. I'm close to finishing all of the fun stuff I want to build. So it'll be good. So that's kind of what the future is looking like. It's we'll finish this and we'll go into a world with fewer foods, but more building, I think. Okay. So that'll be fun. All right, so this train station is going to be down here. It is time to clean out all of this so that, one, it's easier for me to fall down and hurt myself. Okay, my cat wasn't happy about that. No, so I can get down here and build the factory for the cookies and our toppings. All right. And just because I do want to get rid of this. This is going to be sort of in the way. Yeah, we'll run this way. So I need this to stop kind of sort of over here. Okay. So I'm just going to put a little bit of bright daylight over here. So when the machine gets here, I might be able to see it. All right. And we'll start. Like I said, I want to take out this wall, so we'll start here. All right, and we are off. Okay. Is this all bright-ish? Definitely an ish happening over there. Okay. All right. And away it goes. Also, I'm going to need a lot more torches than I have, so that's cool. So yeah, so that's what's happening with the future. So hopefully, we can get all of our tasty deliciousness happening here. And okay, is that where am I at? Okay, a little bit further. I forgot that this place the ground was low over here. All right. Right, now, I need to do more, but before I do that, I think I need to take another bio break because I've been drinking a lot of water and my bladder is definitely letting me know it. So I will be back in just a moment. And BRB screen. And then we'll continue with our digginess. Obviously, that changes things a little bit because I decided to bring that in that way, but whack train. Gotta watch out for those. What have I said multiple times in the stream? Don't stand in the middle of the train tracks admiring the build. Bad things happen. All right, I'm back. Wrong scene, but I'm back. Okay. All right, so we'll get... need to get some more diggy action happening, but let's sleep first. Here in the RV of fun. Ta-da! All right. So yeah, it's gonna be I think it's gonna be a fun. I think it's gonna be fun to get back into vanilla, but that's gonna be in the future. That, like so many others, is a problem for future me. Current me gets to build all of our toppings and stuff here, so that's exciting. It is sort of interesting seeing I guess maybe not the end of things or the something, but whatever's coming, the end is in view. And I think this might be the first world I've actually gotten to an end and just said, yep, no, I think I'm done making stuff, rather than just like, no, I'm done. You know what I mean? It's a total difference between sort of the burnout done and the, yeah, I've accomplished my goals in this world and we're going to move on. Okay. And so it's kind of fun, kind of exciting. But honestly, this has been all sorts of fun to do. So yeah, it's like 1, 2, 3, 4. On Tinker World, I kind of hit that point with my base. It's like, this is great. Last week you actually finished your area and it felt great. Yeah. See, I got to a point where it's like, I've built this and I got the castle up and it was decorated and stuff. I made myself go in and finish decorating the soup can that was over there. Right? Turned it into a lighthouse. It was cool. But I was kind of, it's like, I just don't know what else I want to do. I'm not feeling it. And I really, really had an itch to get back and play Create. So, oh yeah, now you can go back and prank the world download. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. It was fun. It was fun. Yeah, I was. Let's see. 1, 2, 3. There we go. You can put Big Doom on the tower? Yes. That would be fun. Oh, you still can. It's a little... I was going to say it's a little harder, but no, you can just... because I actually decorated and put windows and stuff, right? Snow interior, but that's okay. All right, how far... I don't know how far I'm going to have to... Whoa, train! Woo! Dodging trains is absolutely a pastime people should not do. I'm not even going to continue that and pretend like you should be doing that. No. Do not make with the train dodging. That's just asking for trouble. Okay? No. We're going to go for not train dodging. Also, I knocked down my cookie sign. But that's okay. So, yeah. I mean, the first world I had, it was on the PS4. And that one just sort of ended because I got Java. I got a computer, was able to play Minecraft on Java. And yeah, I just never really went back to that one. Yeah, do not go train dodging. Do not do that. It's bad. But if you do it well, because yeah, but no, don't do that. There's nothing good about that. Nothing good comes from that. 1, 2, 3. But yeah, that world just sort of ended because, hey, I moved to PC and wasn't playing on PS4 anymore. And then I was over on Mandolin's Nerdy SMP, which was fine. But you know, it's a great cozy server to play on, but it got to be a little too cozy, if you know what I mean. Yeah, actually, yeah, not dying. Yeah, I'd like to. If you're going to dodge a train, like I said, do it well so you can avoid the whole death thing. But yeah, otherwise, yeah, no, there are more useful pastimes. But no, Mandola's server's great, but it's got to feel a lot more like I was playing creative, and that's not fun for me. So, and I had started on a large project, and it's like, no. Yep, there's a chicken. It's yep, there it is. So yeah, we'll get this done, but it's gonna be weird. It's like, hey, I actually finished this. 1, 2, 3. I was tempted, and I'm not gonna do it this time, but it might be something I do later, is to jump into like a skyblock world, or I was actually looking at like one block and doing something there. And I don't know what. It'll be interesting to think about, but it's a challenge I've never really done. Yes, I did play Sky Factory a little bit, but that suffered from the way too modded problem that I have sometimes. So I like Create because while it is obviously modded, it still feels vanilla. A lot of the Feed the Beast mods like Sky Factory just feel way too modded. Okay. I should get on with your chores. Yes, yes. Do the thing. Be a responsible adult. I've heard that that's a thing people do. I mean, I'm not sure why, but I yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4. I am annoyed. I've got some vacation time coming up for work just to finish out the fiscal year and burn off some of my vacation time before I lose it. Unfortunately, I may end up having to work through some of that vacation because I've got stuff that needs to happen. Is there a torch there? Ah, there was a torch there. Bummer. And that's annoying. It's got to get done, but still. No, unfortunately, there's a timeline. There isn't a lot that I do that has such strict timelines that I have to do this, but I'm on a committee where we put out an RFP for a thing, and we're doing the committee's doing the first review of the RFPs at the end of the month. And while it's okay that I'm not there for the meeting, I have to have my paperwork done. So you don't like taking vacations because it just means your work piles up. Yeah. There's some of that too. I do feel that. But I get something like 5 weeks of vacation a year. I do kind of need to use some of that. It's part of, I don't get paid if I don't use it, right? There are some places if you don't use your vacation, you can just get that paid out. But nope, that's not what happens here because I work in government and that's just not okay. So okay, I think I'm just going to do one more pass and that should do it. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. So, yeah. And they're not like forcing me to use my vacation. If I didn't take it, I don't have to, I don't get punished for it. It just means that I lose that vacation time. Now, I already have a bunch banked, so basically I've got a bunch of vacation time already stored up, so I'll be starting the next fiscal year at my maximum allowed vacation, and it will accrue up and through the end of the next fiscal year, but yeah. Just wish there was someone else to do your work. Yeah, I get that. Makes it tough working in a small company or for a small team. I totally understand that. All right. All right, cool. Looks got some ochrum there. Nice. And all the seeds in the world. Also, I mean, that's less nice, but, you know. All right, so we are now cleared out and just about ready to get started on this mess. All right. Let's just let's stick the machine in the box. Guess it doesn't matter. I could keep it. I could keep it in my backpack. It's fine. Yeah. All right. Yeah. Well, take care, Snoopers. Enjoy. Have a great rest of your day. And, all right. So let's see now. So most of this is actually going to be fairly simple. I do want to get down and pick up this zinc, though. Okay. Just in case I do need to, you know, make more brass or something, I can. All right. So the good news is most of this stuff is actually going to be really simple. Okay. It's going to be hot sugar or hot sugar and butter. Okay. So easy peasy there. Okay. So let's think about how this is going to go. All right. So I'm making toffee and butterscotch and caramel. All right. So let's wander through those recipes again. Okay. Toffee is butter and sugar. Okay. So that's toffee. Caramel is just hot sugar. Okay. And then, oh, I guess I have to, that's not right. Something. What was I making? I've forgotten something. And I took down my sign accidentally. What's my toffee and caramel and something else? Wrong one. Wrong one. I've got a short memory. Okay. Toffee, butterscotch, and caramel. Okay. Cool. I put the sweet berries down the wrong side, didn't I? I did. Okay, they should be in this one. Yeah. Okay. So butterscotch. So butterscotch, toffee, and caramel. I can totally remember that for long enough to put up another sign. Toffee, butterscotch, and caramel. Okay. Right. Toffee, butterscotch, and caramel. All right. Right, because, okay, butterscotch is hot brown sugar. Okay. So I could also just manufacture brown sugar over here too, which would be good. Let's do that because I think I need brown sugar. I think I need brown sugar for something over there with the cheesecake and stuff. So we're going to deal with that. Hi. You know, that's a llama, not a yo-yo. Yo. You think maybe deal with your llama in a safer, more humane way, perhaps? I don't know, man. These wandering traders, they're almost as bad as me. Okay. So, all right. So, right. But all of this stuff, it's basically just sugar and butter, right? Because if I want to make molasses, right, which I need to do, right, if I want, right, brown sugar, that's brown dye, brown sugar has an S in it, it turns out. Brown sugar, there it is. It's molasses, which is cane. It's basically cooked, right? You smash that into the stuff, right? You smash sugar cane into cane sugar juice. I have a farm that makes just sugar, not cane sugar. I can make cotton candy out of canes. Right. Molasses. That is the only way to do it, though, is cane sugar. Okay, that's a problem because my sugar farm said only makes sugar, not sugar cane. Well, that's going to be a problem. All right, well, but we're gonna have to do that if we're gonna make butterscotch, so or caramel or something. One of those. All right, so what I'm going to need to do here is we'll need to set up the drop-off station, which will be over here. Like I said, I don't think this is going to be a large factory, so I don't think the build itself is going to be large. So let's come out this way, and so the train will go over there, kind of. So let's do it like so. In fact, what I might even do, and then the PSI will go on top. What I might do, oops, nope, is build it up over so the train goes into the factory. Okay, that would be kind of cool. So the train will come in through here. Right? Yeah, and that'll work. And I'll drop off stuff. So what I'll do is I will use this for both. Okay, because I mentioned that before, right? Because I'm going to have a cookie shop and a cookie factory over here. So I think what I'll do is we'll use the same train that will pick up the ingredients for the toffee chips, right? Right, and all that stuff. And it will also pick up the wheat and other things for our cookies. Okay? So, good stuff happening over there. All right, so that's the plan. Okay, it's not much of a plan, but hey, we don't need it to be much of a plan at the moment. So, all right, let's get our stuff, I guess. Yeah. All right, so we'll just set some things up down here. And, yeah. This will be fine. That'll go there. Just hang on. Got this. This will go here, just like that. All right, and then let's go ahead and grab my box here. All right. Awesome. Awesome. So this is a thing. All right. So we'll pull, oops, that's torches. Apparently torches are going to live there. All right. All right, so we're going to pull some stuff coming out this way. All right. And fan. All right. Okay. So that's wonderful. So this is going to slide down like so. This will go here. And yeah, we'll just figure out where everything else goes from there. When I could back it up this way. Honestly, that might not be a bad idea. If I drop things off over here. Yeah. Okay. That could be a thing. If I do that. Yeah, because the cookie shop is going to be here. It's going to be on that side. So, yeah, let's actually move this. We're going to put the train parking back this way. Okay. Yeah, we'll put the train parking over here. And then I think that will work. Okay. So we'll drop off the stuff and then, yeah, this will be easier for candy things to go, or basically the sugar and butter to go this way. And then the not sugar and butter will head over there for the rest of the cookies. Okay. Okay, that's a thing we can do. Oh, we're grooving now. Yeah. Yeah, because the cookies, again, the cookies should be fairly easy. It's just they've got lots of toppings. Okay. It's a cooking pot. Yeah. All right, so yeah, so we've got cookies, we got butterscotch, we got cookies, we have chocolate cookies, right? But butterscotch, caramel, dark chocolate. Yeah, right, all of that stuff. But making them, it's basically, oh, that's just a regular cookie. Let's try the butterscotch cookie. It's the raw cookie, which is sugar dough plus chips smashed. Okay, and then you cook it, right? So I think for most of those, it's going to be sugar dough or chocolate sugar dough. And then you smashy all of the stuff into it. Okay, yeah, that's going to be easy. That's going to be easy. And then you just, or you cook it. Oh, that's interesting. Ah, okay. So you throw your dough plus your chips into the cooker. Yeah, no, I think I'll just do it the smoking way, so where you make it raw and then run it through the smoker. That'll be easier. Okay. So that factory is actually going to be fairly simple. We're just going to need to get all of this in place. So, all right. Unfortunately, everything's sort of clogged up over here. Oh, these guys again. These guys, they're just... Hi. You? Go there. Yep. Okay, and... Right. So you... Go there. And you go there. Yeah, sure. At some point, this will make... Or they'll just crash here, too. So, awesome. Here. Here. you go that way. And then you go over there. Wow, so many trains colliding. All right. Yeah. Some of those will make it where they're going. The rest of them will crash into stuff. It's all the trains, all the crashing, all the stuff. Okay. Cool. So let's... All right, so I'm going to need a selector on this one. The good news is honestly, the cookies, oh, they do take sweet berries. They don't seem to take any of the others. Hang on, let's just look at the raw cookies. That'll make it a little bit easier. Butterscotch, caramel, chocolate chips. Right, we'll have to bring all the chocolate over. And the sweet berries and the toffee. Okay. Cool. So yeah, so all of this toffee I'll get to make here, and we'll basically make the toffee on this side, feed some of it up for pickup, maybe right here, okay, on this side of the track. And then we'll also run the rest of it that way, which will make some semblance of sense, okay? So this is not permanent, but this is kind of the idea I'm thinking. Okay. So the train station will come through this way to pick up the toffee chips and things. Okay. Or the toffee blocks and stuff, I guess. Okay. No, this is going to be wonderful. Okay, it's going to be wonderful. All right. Great. So how do I want to get started? All right. So yeah, so the pickup will go up there into the factory. Okay, now we're fine. It's going to be great. So we'll build this building up here. And honestly, yeah, the cookie shop will be there. We'll figure this out. I'm one of those people. I think that when you build a redstone contraption or a create mod contraption, it's easier when you build the output first, because you kind of know where everything's going. I've heard other people talk about you build your I/O first. How are you going to interface with it, and where is the stuff going to come out? Same thing. So that's kind of where I'm at and where the confusion is, but we're going to get all the things here and stuff will happen, right? That's the theory, anyway. Okay, so yeah, maybe I do want to put this in the middle. I don't know. Well, because honestly, it's just the wheat here, something. Okay. I think I want to move that. I don't think I want it to be that far back. Just now that as I'm sort of walking things through in my mind, honestly, having these maybe across from each other might be okay, right? Right, something like this. Yeah, and then I can put the output over. It'll be inside the building or at the edge of the building, something like that. But the raw butterscotch and toffee and caramel will be over here. And then I'll send chips and stuff. Right, the stuff for the cookies will go that way. And then the wheat will go that way as well, because looking at all of these, it's, yeah, the sugar dough, which I've made 18 trillion times already, but it's sugar, wheat, and cocoa powder, or just sugar and cocoa powder. Right. We can make that happen all day. So, okay, cool. So this is going to come down this way. Oh, looks like a villager or a wandering trader. That's the word. I must be getting tired. It's only 10:30 in the morning. It must be time for a nap already, right? Okay. So we can bring this down this way. We're going to be pumping lava in from over here. So yeah, because I've got lava here, and the lava fluid train will go pick that up and keep that full for us. Okay, so we're going to pull lava from this, okay, and just run this out and around this way. I think I'm going to pull power for both of these, the cookie shop and the toffee factory, from this steam engine, which I think we're okay. I don't think we're using a significant amount of power on this from this thing. So yeah, we should be all right. Okay. Yeah, we'll just pull it off of this side. I might end up relocating those steam engines, but that's fine. We'll run the power this way. Okay. And yeah, that'll work. That will work. That will work. Okay. So that is the plan. I think that might be a good stopping point today. Okay. We've got some fun stuff to do. We're going to have to we got cake working, but we've got some other things that are going to have to happen. So yep, I think the wandering trader got hit by a train, which, I'm surprisingly okay with. If they wouldn't stand on the train tracks, they wouldn't have these problems. So we're totally going to victim shame here, but yeah, that's all right, cool. Well, let's go ahead and call it for the day. You all have been awesome. And I want to give a shout out to my supporters over at musicfreegaming.com. You can support me there if you like what I'm doing, or if you don't, you want to support me there too. That's also cool. Being a supporter it's the second best way to support the channel. If you want to support it, the best way is to like or subscribe or to follow or whatever it is your channel, Twitch or YouTube or Kick does, and watch the streams. But otherwise, become a supporter. You get early access to the podcast, newsletters, just special channels in the Discord, so all that good stuff. So check that action out. My next stream will be Tuesday, 6 p.m. Mountain Daylight Time. And until next time, be excellent to each other. And this is Music Free Gaming signing off.